The narrative surrounding the war in Ukraine has undergone a subtle yet significant transformation in recent months. Gone are the days of unwavering optimism, replaced by a growing sense of realism, tinged with apprehension about the conflict's trajectory. Western media outlets, once brimming with pronouncements of Ukraine's imminent victory, now cautiously acknowledge the possibility of a different outcome. This shift in tone, while subtle, reflects a deeper recognition of the complexities and potential for protracted conflict in Ukraine. The initial narrative, painting a picture of Ukrainian resilience and Russian incompetence, has given way to a more nuanced understanding of the conflict's dynamics. While Ukraine's valiant defense has undoubtedly exceeded expectations, Russia has adapted its strategy, demonstrating a grim determination to achieve its objectives. The conflict has morphed into a war of attrition, a grinding stalemate where territorial gains are measured in meters, not miles, and casualties mount with each passing day. This shift in narrative is not merely an academic observation, it carries profound implications for the conflict's future and the Western world's commitment to Ukraine's cause. As the initial euphoria fades and the human cost of the war becomes increasingly apparent, questions arise about the sustainability of Western support and the potential for a negotiated settlement. The stakes remain high, but the path forward is shrouded in uncertainty. In the early days of the conflict, a palpable sense of shock and outrage gripped the world as images of Russian tanks rolling across the Ukrainian border flooded television screens and news feeds. The Western media, reflecting the collective horror of its audience, responded with a potent blend of condemnation and defiance. Russia's actions were universally condemned as an unprovoked assault on a sovereign nation, a blatant violation of international law, and a grave threat to the post-World War II order. Amidst the condemnation, a narrative of Ukrainian resilience began to emerge, quickly capturing the imagination of the Western public. Stories of ordinary Ukrainians taking up arms to defend their homeland, of defiant citizens standing up to Russian tanks, and of President Volodymyr Zelensky's unwavering leadership resonated deeply, painting a picture of David bravely confronting Goliath. This narrative of Ukrainian courage and determination, amplified by a constant stream of images and videos showcasing Ukrainian successes on the battlefield, fueled a wave of global sympathy and support for Ukraine. It also served to galvanize Western governments into action, prompting an unprecedented outpouring of military aid, economic assistance, and diplomatic support for the embattled nation. As the conflict has dragged on, the initial narrative of imminent Ukrainian victory has begun to unravel, replaced by a more sobering assessment of the challenges facing the country. The shift in tone is subtle but noticeable, a gradual acknowledgement that the war is far from over and that Ukraine faces an arduous path to victory. Several factors have contributed to this shift in narrative. First, the initial shock and outrage over the invasion have given way to a sense of grim reality as the conflict has settled into a war of attrition. The daily drumbeat of casualties, the displacement of millions of Ukrainians, and the devastation wrought on the country's infrastructure have taken a toll on public sentiment. Second, the battlefield realities have become increasingly difficult to ignore. While Ukraine has achieved some notable successes, Russia has adapted its tactics, leveraging its superior firepower and manpower to grind down Ukrainian forces. The conflict has become a brutal war of attrition, with neither side able to achieve a decisive victory. This shift in narrative does not diminish the bravery and resilience of the Ukrainian people, nor does it suggest that Russia is on the cusp of victory. However, it does reflect a growing recognition that the conflict is far more complex and intractable than initially portrayed, and that a negotiated settlement may be the only path to a lasting peace.